Greetings, casual citizens. Welcome back. I am Paul, and I'm joined as always by my illustrious co-host, Jason.
Howdy.
And joined by my other co-hosts, Haley. Please say hello.
Hello, everyone.
And Jeremy.
What up?
And Josh.
Hello there.
And if you haven't noticed, they're all joining from Discord, and we're happy to have them all. All right. We're here reviewing Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 2.
Titled
Episode 69. Nice. It's nice. Nice episode. I don't know. Apparently, we're not getting titles until after the episode comes out anymore, so that's a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, quick reactions. Jason, go.
Dany is taking the news of her impending product of incest really well.
Yeah. It seems like she's taking it
I really thought
exactly how I said she
thought
would.
it was going to be a lot more.
Yeah, same. Exact me. We called it.
I thought it was going to be a lot more Bernie. Not like Bernie Sanders. I mean, like, I'll burn you alive.
Oh.
I mean, she didn't get to say it, but
Yeah.
I
I expected
didn't
it to
really
be,
have time.
expected it to be
I don't know, man. That look could have burned somebody alive.
I know, but it wasn't proper arson, which is what I was expecting.
Proper arson. What?
Man, I can't wait for her to take a sword through the heart from him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think that's going to be misdirection, but it's
I
possible.
mean, Jeremy jumps right in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we might as well hear from Jeremy. Jeremy,
Initial thoughts.
Can't wait till she dies.
Who, Daenerys?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a thing to say. You
Yeah.
really think that's going to happen?
I bet on it, yeah. I bet Jon stabs her through the heart and gets a flaming sword.
And then wins
Oh.
the fight, and then he marries an elf, and then they rule Gondor for a few centuries, leading into the fourth age of men. Oh, sorry,
What is
I got the
happening?
wrong mythology. I'm
What is
sorry, that was
happening?
Tolkien.
We're all
I'm
over
sorry.
the place.
I'm kidding.
All right, Haley, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. I'm really excited to see Theon show some strength in guarding Bran. So
And remember, he's
Oh,
impervious to nut kicks.
Yes,
Yeah, we learned
Theon
that.
cannot be kicked in the balls. That is a thing.
The
that
Night
we've learned.
King's one special move.
Yeah, he's like-
Yeah.
I bet he takes an ice spear right to the cock.
Jesus Christ.
nice try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little do you know,
Little do
I
you
paid
know.
the iron. I paid the iron price for this.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. It was a little slow, but I think it's the calm before the storm. So I was okay with that. But now I'm excited.
I could have used a little more storm.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Josh, give me your reactions.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think we got a lot of arcs closing up during this season, or this episode. So I think there's at least 4 people dead by the end of next episode if they actually do something. Big fan of Jaime joining the fucking zombies crew, with ignoring all the politics and trying to defend the living. But yeah, I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah. I think that I mean it was everything we said it was going to be, which is there's going to be a battle at the beginning of next episode, so we
Yeah.
got set up for that. So it was a little slow, but overall there were really good moments.
Oh yeah.
I mean, totally in the battle of like dick size comparisons between Jaime and Tormund. Jaime won that one. Like he got to knight her. I mean, like there's nothing else.
No.
Dude, you
Well,
can say what it was.
Tormund was
They were-
so
they're-
happy
yeah.
for her.
Tormund was
Yeah,
really
Tormund's
because
great.
he's the good guy. I totally get it.
Tormund is going to properly
But
get
that was a power move by Jaime.
No,
That
no,
totally
no.
was.
He loves her. He's a
I
friend.
don't
It's not
know.
a sex thing.
I don't
It's
know.
not.
I don't
But
think it is either.
No,
but
no, yeah.
They played it
were-
like it. They played it like it. That's what I didn't understand. And if
Here's
but
the-
if it is,
I don't
if it
know,
is-
man. He had a big dick showing contest at the beginning of that.
I know that's
Here's-
what I'm saying.
He's
For
Right?
somebody who didn't want her, I don't know.
Here's what happened: is Jaime and Brienne are now going to be happy, which means we want them to live forever, which means they're both fucking dead.
Oh yeah.
That's-
Oh yeah.
That's exactly
It was
what
all.
happened.
It was all touching. It was all well acted, but it did feel a bit like trying to close out a bank account, but you have to like keep pay all the overdrafts you have on it.
What?
You had to close. You're trying to close out stuff, right? You're trying to finish this off. I want to
Yeah.
consolidate my debt, right? And you're trying to close this bank account, but like, oh, I've got to pay off all these little transactions that overdrafted. And,
well, I would hate
Not
for
once
them
have I
to
been in
just
that
leave us
position.
hanging.
Yeah, it's a
so
scene in
I'm
Bad
fine
Santa.
with it.
Sorry, Haley. What?
Well, I was just saying, I would much rather them just close it up instead of just leaving us hanging.
That's true.
I mean-
it has to be done.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's only 4 episodes left now. right?
Yeah.
And you figure, I mean, the next episode, I don't know, I gotta imagine it's gonna be one of the balls to the wall, battle of the bastard type situations, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, this was the episode where they had to get everything.
It-
Basically,
Yeah.
these first 2 episodes of this season are just getting all the T's dotted and the I's crossed, or whatever the word is.
Right
whatever the
before
saying
everybody
is.
dies, yeah.
So
Yes, exactly.
So we start off with Jamie, right away
Yep.
on trial. I was really hoping that's how it would start, and I'm glad it did.
Oh, Jamie.
Yeah, just
Was
right
he
away.
really on trial? This is the thing.
I don't know. You're focused on it. The word trial. I mean, he's being confronted about his past.
He's being judged.
Yeah, it's
Like,
Yeah, but it's like, I
What,
feel like
okay,
it's
what
not.
would
Kill
you
him.
call it? An interview?
Yeah.
Okay, during Jamie's interview.
Yeah.
during,
That's exactly.
Interview?
during Jamie's interview by
Exactly.
Sword.
It was his in-person interview.
How
they
many-
they did the conference call ahead of time.
I guess-
just to do some pre-clear.
That's fair. If I were being interviewed, I would expect to be disarmed as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
I
like
mean, I
it.
know when I went into for my job interview, they totally took my gun away, which I thought was totally unconstitutional. But what are we gonna do?
Well, we knew that Jamie was going to. I knew that Bran wasn't going to spill the beans on Jamie, but I like that they just cut straight to the situation where you didn't know if they
Right,
knew
right.
already, right before she says something,
Right.
right. So that was well done.
Yeah, I do like how they just got it over with. They're just like, yeah, Bran totally is not gonna say anything anymore.
And it made it feel
We're
worth it. The length that we've spent with these characters, the way Brienne goes to bat for him, and then the way
Yeah.
like they tie it all together. Like the only reason you're alive, remember, is because he
Yeah.
got beat at the Whispering Woods, and then you
Yeah.
made a pact to my mom,
Yeah.
and then you came and got me. All that had to happen for us to be here.
I
And
know.
we wouldn't have Podrick otherwise.
I know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I just keep thinking about every time I see Jamie is like, yeah, he's gone through this huge, whatever journey transformation. Okay, he's still the guy that pushed a little kid out of a window while he was fucking his sister, and then he was just fucking his sister again last season.
It was just a little
Also, the man who saved
So-
millions of lives.
I
or
know,
thousands.
but I'm just saying, like,
1 million, the population of King's Landing.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just saying, not lose sight of the fact, right? Let's just
Yeah,
keep it
but
in mind.
Bran even said that if they know that he did that, then everyone would kill him first. And I feel like Bran's kind of hinting at like Jamie may have like a big role
Yeah.
in this upcoming fight. So I feel like he needs him to be around.
Last to die.
Well,
Yeah.
look, I'm
Yeah.
not being fair to Jamie in terms of what kind of relationship he had growing up and what happened growing up that maybe forced him into this situation or something like that.
Yeah, he grew up
So
with Cersei.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. So okay, so he's having a reformation story. It's nice. To me, I can't tell if I'd like to believe that the Jamie Brienne thing is just friendship and like deep respect,
Oh, man, this is
Oh,
a
but
weird.
no.
they really
Yeah,
play
that's-
it like it's
Brienne-
romantic all the
Brienne-
time.
Brienne's
No.
got some feelings there, I think, and she just
That's what
doesn't
I
know
think.
what to do with them.
Romantic
Yeah,
feelings.
it's a different
Yes.
relationship. It's not a lust thing anymore. It's a I
No,
want to die
no,
old.
I don't think it's
I
a
want
lust
to
thing, no.
our
I think
shared
it's a
memories,
mutual
right?
respect thing. And by the way, back to Bran.
That's what I hope it is, but they don't play it like that. The episode, I feel like the episode doesn't want me to look at it that way.
It doesn't.
I know, and
It
that's
clearly
weird.
doesn't. The story doesn't make sense
mean,
that way. That would be silly.
You can have
Yeah.
mutual respect in a relationship. That's normally how
They
it
brought in a
works.
giant mountain man to fix this issue for you.
What?
They brought in a wildling to fix this for you to make it clear who her natural mate is.
Oh yeah, Jamie. Right?
No,
Right, correct.
No, because she's because yes, it's cute how much Tormund likes Jamie, right? Like I've shared the memes like, oh, find someone who looks at the way Tormund looks at Brienne, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. It's all great. But like every time I watch it, I'm just like I feel like Brienne
has
It
never
fits-
been hit on by a guy that can beat her up.
No. I know. I feel like Brienne. No, I feel like the show is setting up for Brienne and Jamie. That's what I feel every time I watch them together. So,
That's a regrettable opinion that you have. That's not going to pay off.
I feel like it's well. I don't feel like it's gonna pay off either one. One of them or all of them are gonna die.
No.
But
Yeah,
I mean, I do
nothing's gonna
think
pay
there is.
out.
I do think there is gonna be like, oh, I love you with Jamie and Brienne at the end, and poor Tormund. Tormund's the one that's gonna survive probably.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's gonna mount that bear. Remember the
Mount
story?
the bear?
Oh,
yeah. No, that was a giant.
No, it was a bear. He tells a story before they try to take the wall in season 4,
an older story.
5, and he's like, yeah, she was a beauty. She had nails as long as. And then Ingrid's like, we both know you never fucked a bear. I know you never fucked a bear. He knows you never fucked a bear. Remember that scene? It was great.
Nope, I do not remember that scene as well as you do.
My point
apparently.
is he likes danger. He likes to court dangerous beasts. Not that she's a beast,
she's a beast.
but she's dangerous. Dangerous mammals.
not dangerous.
We shouldn't disparage bears. Dangerous mammals, land mammals, dangerous land mammals.
None of this is getting any better, Jason.
She is in fact a land mammal. I stand behind that. Seal it.
And dangerous.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Someone else
Dangerous,
say something.
dangerous,
Off the
win
rails.
provoke.
Okay, so
Let's
James.
go back to the
No,
trial.
Jason, you're in timeout. Someone else say something.
Yeah, we can go back to like the whatever we want to call it, the trial.
Arya's tits were awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh, didn't need that.
no.
Didn't need
Let's
that.
get it out of the way. Let's do it. Let's do it. Good call,
Get
Jeremy.
that out of the way.
Yeah, let's do it. Good call, Jeremy. Let's
Yeah.
talk about how we saw this girl. She was 8, and now there's an interview.
She was 12. I'm pretty sure.
There's an interview with Lena Headey who she talks about before the season. She's like, man, I remember I saw a little Arya or whatever her name
Yeah.
is, and what is her name?
Sansa?
Maisie Williams.
Maisie Williams.
I saw
oh,
a
yeah.
little Maisie, and now she's full grown. She says it just like that. So she
Yeah.
clearly had just seen the episode where.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, Jason has a weird hang up about
I'd
this.
like to take a vote on who felt weird about it.
My one thought, bigger than I thought.
Oh, Jeremy.
Jesus, we
Oh,
don't need
Jeremy.
this. We don't
Oh
need this.
my god.
No,
Inappropriate.
I do kind of agree with
That's not a
with
bad thing.
with Jason a little bit on this. Like it was a very short scene, but I kind of went through a wave of emotions. Like when it first started to kind of happen, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't watch this. Like this is Arya, this is the little girl, And then as it slowly progressed, I was like, "Damn, this is really hot."
Oh,
Like,
That's right.
yeah.
Dude, she
Oh,
takes
no.
charge, man. She knows what she wants.
Oh,
I give her props on that one.
The whole scene, I was just playing, dear God, please don't
She's a
show us
total-
tits. I
she's
don't
a
want to see
total
tits.
dom.
I don't want to see tits at all.
I don't
Also,
know
as
why
my
you
wife
guys are
is
so
Exact
uncomfortable.
opposite of what I was yelling. Wow.
I was yeah.
More tit, more.
oh, Jeremy.
No, all right, we're done with
She's
that.
2 years younger than me.
Yeah, okay, great. Anyway, I definitely do think there is a generational divide here. Although I'm with Jeremy, I don't know. To me, I just think like, whatever. She's an adult. Like, she can have her adult stories now. To me, whatever. I'm not gonna go into it. I didn't think it was a big deal, but I don't understand what the scars were. I've totally forgotten what that came
She got
from.
stabbed from the shapeshifting girl.
Yeah.
From the faceless girl.
Oh,
the waif,
that's right,
The
that's
waif
right.
is what they call her.
So, but why was he looking at it? Why was he so weirded out by it?
I
Or is
mean,
it just like he's
Now
just
by a big
she's-
ass scar on her.
Yeah.
Like the last time you saw her,
Oh,
she was like
it-
a really innocent girl.
Oh, so he's just like, oh, she's been through some shit, and I just didn't understand.
Yeah, he didn't know. Yeah, he didn't know.
Okay. I got
Well,
you.
that was the whole storyline too, right?
So-
'Cause
so
of the-
what-
her handling the weapons and her showing all that off to him was that she's not this innocent kid anymore.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah. But what was with the line where she says, "I'm not the red woman"? What was?
Because he had sex with the
Well-
red woman.
Well,
No, he didn't.
Well,
Did
he
he?
got
Well, he had
assaulted
sex-
by her
Well, yeah, he had
Yeah.
sex with 3 women though. So like, okay, what?
Yeah, but
because
that's the
because
man-
she stripped.
That's the man's calculation. He has sex with one woman. We always times our number by 3.
Yeah. No, but the joke she was making was, I'm not going to take off your pants because I'm not the red woman, because the red woman
Right.
stripped his clothes off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't put that together. There was too much distance in between those 2 lines. They felt disconnected to me. Anyway,
There
I'm
was
an
a little
idiot.
But
bit of
also, how weird was it that she was asking for his number? Like, that's not a thing you do before you sleep with them. You're not in a relationship yet. Don't talk about the number yet.
I mean, they were
that
getting ready to
confused me.
die.
She was selecting a mate. She was doing
Yeah,
her
they're
due
getting
diligence.
ready to die. That's right. I don't see any problem with it. She knows what she wants. Go for it. All
I
right.
don't think Arya dies. I think everybody else dies.
Oh,
I think she.
I mean, if somebody's gonna survive, yeah, Arya is probably gonna be the one. So,
Mhm.
all right. So then let's talk about Sansa and Dany, because obviously there's a huge level of distrust there, and I think they kind of Sansa really does. She spells it out like, hey, I think that John's in love with you, and I think that you can manipulate him and make him make bad decisions, and I don't trust that. And do you think she's right? Because Danny tries to bring it up like, well, I'm here in the North fighting Jon's war when I could just be in Westeros killing Cersei and taking the Iron Throne, right? So she's like, who manipulated who? So what do you guys think on that one?
I think
I think-
Sansa's the only person who sees Dany for who she is. With all the shade, I think she's the one who sees the future and lived through all of this and seen what power does to people, and she knows what's coming.
Yeah, Danny's death.
Okay.
What? Go elaborate. Go on.
Yeah, elaborate.
You don't think she's? I just talked about this. She's gonna get stabbed in the heart by
yeah,
Jon
yeah,
Snow.
yeah.
So in case anyone isn't clear on what
I mean, Azor Ahai.
in case anyone isn't clear about what Jeremy's talking about, right? So in the lore of Game of Thrones, there was a war for the Dawn in the distant thousands of years ago, and there was a Azor Ahai who was the great hero, and in order to get a magic sword, he had to stab his lover Nissa in the heart, and then it made the sword, red or on fire, and
Yeah.
then he led everybody to victory.
Yep.
So that's what he's referencing. He's expecting,
And
that
he is the prince who was promised, Azor Ahai reborn.
according to religious zealots who burn people.
Yeah, but magic happens from burning people.
I have a policy on religious zealots who have a history of burning people.
Only when it doesn't work.
I mean,
Yeah, how many witches are there, Jeremy? I have never seen a witch. Disease cured.
Well, no. They don't burn. It's different. They burned the magic. Now they're burning people for the magic.
It's true.
man.
Although she has
That's some
Sansa
fucking
has a
nerd
line
shit
in
that just went down.
conversation. Sansa has a line in that conversation that I think can sum up the entire show. Men do stupid things for women. Like, yep, you're right.
Except for Theon.
Well,
Yeah. It was said more elegantly by her than when it was said by Cersei. Remember when Cersei gave that allegory about that worm between your legs?
no.
Oh, it was gross. It was incredibly carnal and off-putting.
So wait, were you just saying this show is just about stupid men being manipulated by women?
It's
through
about
sex?
the War of the Roses, and the War of the Roses is a lot about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
much
kinda disappointing.
every tale of war, right? Odyssey, the Iliad, everything starts with a man doing something fucking stupid for a woman, and then
All the
world
good
gets
all the good
That
ones.
explains all the great 90s sitcoms.
Literally,
too.
hey, literally the Bible.
Okay, yeah. Touche. Yeah, I don't know. To me, yeah, I agree that I think Sansa she does see through Dany, and I don't know if I would say she's the only one. I mean, I feel like Bran's making it pretty clear too that he's not happy about her. Arya, she seems to be
Arya,
pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean,
been
all
verbal about that.
yeah,
Arya is she doesn't give a shit about anyone. And
I
Well-
think the only reason that what's her name, Sansa distrusts her is because I don't think she distrusts her. I think she just isn't cool with being her servant.
Well, yeah, I think that's true of
I
I think
everybody
that's
in the North.
literally it at this point. I feel like that's what that conversation established.
Yeah.
Was like, it's not that I even care necessarily that you're with Jon. I don't want to be under you. We just got free.
Yeah,
Yeah, she keeps saying, "What about the North? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what about the North?"
Mhm.
Right.
And Danny she just gives her that stare, like, "What
I'm
about?"
here. What about it? I'm here to save
Okay,
it.
but here's the thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Okay, so now
What
Jon
about
Sn-
my North?
Well, now Jon Snow is a Targaryen. Okay, so theoretically, he could should ascend to the Iron Throne. So what? The North isn't going to have their independence of Jon's?
I
On
think
the
they'll be
Iron Throne?
okay with it because they've made him the king of the North.
Well, I know, but then it's like, all right, well, independence wasn't really the whole thing. It's just you just don't like her, but you don't even know her, right? Because if you're willing to not have your independence because Jon Snow, right, is on the Iron Throne, be like, oh well,
Right.
now it's a guy that
But
we
they-
like. We're good with that. Well,
This lady just showed up with a bunch of dragons and said, "Hey guys, I rule you now."
Well, look,
What's
no,
up?
I think it's totally fair. I mean, I think just like I said last week, this episode's setting everything up for Daenerys to go down the path of all the other Targaryens, basically.
Yeah.
And I think she's turning mad. I think that's what they're trying to do. She's suspicious of
100%,
everyone.
100%.
She's suspicious of everyone, just like the Mad King got, and he started burning people because he was suspicious. She's suspicious of Tyrion. Now she's suspicious of Jon. Obviously, now she's going to be suspicious of Sam and all that stuff. You see how she reacted with Sansa. I mean, she's not on good terms with almost anyone there except for Jorah, who's the one guy who's been with her the longest, right?
So we agree they're setting her up to die.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Glad
and-
we agree on that.
Yeah, I don't know who it'll be. I don't know. Will it be Jamie again? Right? I mean, that was the
Nope.
theory that I saw. Which
Oh, you know what would be dope? What
Jamie,
if-
like if they ended this episode with Jamie stabbing
Now,
Daenerys.
I
It's
don't.
gonna be
Slitting her
Tyrion.
throat.
It's gonna be Tyrion. He's the hand of the king. He's gonna.
No,
he's
no,
gonna.
no.
Yeah. I think
It'll
it's
be-
gonna get
it'll
dark.
Gonna be John.
It could conceivably be Jamie, but I agree with Jeremy that if it's going to be someone, it's probably going to be John.
Yes.
But I don't like this idea, and I don't think it's going to happen. But what if Daenerys goes mad and Cersei gets a redemption arc at the end?
Oh, I don't know if I can handle that.
Yeah, just like a penance arc. She doesn't have to be like fully like
Ugh.
unread or repulsed, but like just a little bit.
The only thing I want
I'm
to see,
sorry.
the only thing I want to see with Cersei right now is see her whole fucking tower explode with that green stuff.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to her life just imploding. I think that's gonna be nice.
She's just been such an awful person.
I still stand by. She's probably gonna be the last one alive.
She probably
that would
is.
be so great if she was the last
Yeah.
living thing on the continent.
last-
It's one of those
living
things that
thing.
I'd be pissed, but I'd be like, oh, what a perfect ending for the Game of Thrones. Though.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I know how. The fifth episode needs to be just the Night King, finally winning and everybody's dead, and then the next episode, episode 6, just snow, just an hour of empty space. Just everyone's dead here. It'd be great. How are you gonna?
Yeah.
How do you end this season? This series. You end it with just an episode of it really is over for an hour.
Well,
just
I
snow.
look,
falling.
okay, there are a lot of ways they could end this series. Ending it with an hour and a half of
Troll.
just snow. That's not a good way to do it.
I think it really would make sense almost if they just did win and it was just a second Doom, just ice.
Yeah, Oh man, cool.
I think that'll
Yeah.
happen, but I don't think it'll be an hour of it. I think that'll be like the last.
No. I don't mean. I'm
30
not saying
seconds.
I'm not saying Jason's idea. I'm saying
Yeah.
they just win
Yeah,
and it's just the Doom, but ice.
yeah.
Yeah. I totally see that being like the last 30 seconds or whatever of the series.
Yeah.
Everybody's dead and it's just snowing for 15, 20 seconds.
But you still got the free
Not for an hour and a half.
free island or the free cities and shit. They're still there.
Yes.
Yes, I call it the Al Gore ending.
Yeah, you said it last time.
Oh, sorry. Well,
You said it last
that
time.
makes it better when you bring it up that I said it last time. Thanks for that.
I'm
I'll
just saying.
keep an eye out for what you say. No, it's
Okay.
fine. We'll do this. Okay. So, then, we talked about Tormund and Brienne.
Yeah. It's everyone getting together and drinking. What do you guys think about that? And Podrick singing like an angel.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would be Tormund.
Yeah.
I bet he
But I
has a
saw it
voice
wasn't
like an
really.
angel. I bet he does, Tormund.
I bet he has a voice like something.
Have you seen him in his suit? Have you seen him doing his magic show? He has like some magic thing.
Oh, the actor that plays Stormer?
Yeah.
No.
I bet he can sing. I bet he can dance. I bet he can do a whole thing.
But we got lots of good moments. We got Brienne. She's keeping Podrick there on a short leash.
I mean, he's doing better.
He's gotten good.
I'm glad he's
It's
doing
because
better.
she's keeping him on a short leash. She's like, oh, you can only have half a cup of wine. Fuck you. I'm about ready to die.
I'm gonna call a
I'm gonna
shot.
die drunk.
Everybody's about to lose their shit when I call this. Are you ready? I know how we see Bronn next. Podrick sneaks up on him and puts a dagger behind him. Says
While he's trying to assassinate
no,
Jaime
no.
and
Just when
Tyrion?
he's walking around, because that's how last time Podrick saw Bronn, he snuck up behind him and grabbed him, put him in chokehold.
Oh.
Yeah, so this time, and he talked to him about how he was too easy to sneak up on.
Yeah.
And this time, Podrick, to show that he's grown as a killer.
Yeah, that's probably not
Cute.
gonna happen.
I'll
But
put money on this one.
okay, good for you. Yeah, but there was lots of good stuff there. Obviously, we saw Jaime knighting Brienne. Tormund's story. Holy shit.
I like it so much.
Giant's Bane.
Oh man, that was glorious.
Okay, so he kills a giant when he's 10 years old.
When I was 10.
Great. Whatever. But then he sneaks into the giant's wife's bed, and I'm like, oh, he's apparently going to fuck this giant's wife as a 10-year-old.
Make
How's that
love
gonna work?
to.
Make love to. I'm pretty sure if you're a 10-year-old in a bed with a giant's wife that you just murdered, I don't know if that's making love. But
Yeah.
anyway.
We don't support pedophilia here.
Yeah, and I was like, where's this going? This is so weird. And it's like, and then I suckled on her teeth for 6 months or something like that. And
That's how I got so big.
She thought I was a baby, and I was like, "What?" This went in a place I totally did not expect.
What she do? I wish she would have told us what she did once she found out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
You know,
where did she
Oh,
think the
shit.
baby came from?
She would have thought that he was the Tyrion of the Giants. No?
maybe
he
he
was
was.
10.
Right, but
He
even
would
if
have been like the
wait,
size of a
wait,
baby,
but
not
wait.
even the size of Tyrion.
No, but when he grew up, they would think like he just stuck with it.
Oh.
Being raised by them, they would think, oh yeah, he's just short.
just a little person.
And I bet
just a little giant.
and I bet they treat him like an equal.
I bet they do.
I bet they do.
I bet they
Don't check your
The
privilege.
Giants, no,
Don't
the
judge-
Giants were great people.
Don't judge the indigenous.
Every
All two of them.
every giant
All two of them were great.
exactly.
They're connected
Every
to nature.
giant we saw in this series they were really nice people.
They were.
They would have been really good.
Snow.
It makes me upset that he assassinated one and then suckled on the teat of another after convincing her that he was a baby.
I think we're gonna get a whole bunch
Well,
of
I
it
giants.
think that
probably
wasn't
wasn't
very
their
nice.
best. You know,
I'm just saying that didn't seem like a very nice thing to do, Tormund. But you got my seal of approval otherwise because you're a badass. Oh, Theon's back. Theon's back with Sansa. What do you think's gonna happen with that? What do you think Theon being back? How's that gonna play
I
into this
think-
Daenerys
I
situation?
think he
Theon
dies.
and
I think
Sansa.
he's.
I think Theon and Sansa are going to be a new thing.
I think so too.
A couple?
Oh, that was incredible.
Well, she was
Mhm.
turned off to the regular style, I imagine.
Wow.
After that night with Ramsay,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
probably got PTSD.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I mean, you would.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how that works.
I love how Theon is just like all about serving the Starks. Like he's the first person to, say that he will, protect, Bran. He is, he's standing right next to Sansa the night before, the White Walkers come. Like he's just, he cannot, do anything else other than just, try to help Winterfell, as much as he can. I think that's, I don't know. His character has like, you go from liking his character in season 1 to literally hating him to then feeling sorry for him, and then now you kind of love him. So I love he's probably one of my maybe one of my
I'll be
favorite
honest.
characters.
If they hadn't cut his dick off, I wouldn't trust him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think
I'm serious though. Like if
Inappropriate.
they hadn't gone through that arc where they cut his dick off, I wouldn't trust him.
Man, it was a high price to pay for Jeremy's trust.
It was. Yeah,
I think
Well, that's
that
the only. I
scene-
think that's the only way you could have
like truly
like
redeemed
him
him.
again.
Like,
Yeah, like him again because
it's like, man, Karma
he's a
really got
dick.
this dude. Karma really got him.
yeah.
I think that scene
Well,
closes
okay,
up his whole
but let's-
character arc. I think he's one of the first to die in these episodes.
Very possibly.
Nice,
Very-
I
nice
think-
neat little ending for him.
I can agree with that. I don't think he's gonna last very long, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I never really hated Theon that much. Well, I mean, I guess there was a time where you hated him because you thought he killed Bran and Rickon. But then of course we found out he didn't kill Bran and Rickon, so it's like
I never thought he killed them.
yeah, and we
No,
never
I-
saw it, so it's like a lot of people didn't believe he did anyway, so it's like I don't know, I never hated him that much personally, but I don't know. I also don't remember a lot about what happened, so
Oh, I did. I mean, when he took over Winterfell and kind of blackmailed everyone, that was dick move.
yeah, that's fair. Well, but okay, but what role do you think he plays with the whole Daenerys situation now that he's back? Because to me, the first thing, or one of the things I really noticed was how he made it clear that he was there to fight for Winterfell, right? He didn't say like, "Oh, I'm here to fight for you, my grace, or whatever." He was like, "No, we're here to fight for Winterfell." Okay, so what do we say? Is he gonna go against Daenerys? I don't know. What do we see happening there?
Well, I mean his sister's already on her way to the Iron Islands
Yeah.
for Dany, but I think he will always serve the Starks. Like,
I bet John is like, look, I don't even want to be king. All right, you can be queen. I won't tell anybody. Let's just keep this between us. And then I bet like Dany has to die. Like she's either about to die or something, or I don't know. I just bet that it comes to the point where he has to become king, because it seems like that's a recurring thing with him. Is he's kind of forced in these situations more than he wants to be in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yep.
Well, I guess that's what I worry about. That he's, I don't know. It feels weird to say this because I'm on Sansa's side probably, but I'm worried about like, yo, he's just gonna be used by Sansa to do whatever. But then again, I don't know that that's really fair to say be used by. It could just be.
I
like,
don't think so though, because like really, he hasn't been used by pretty much anybody because he pretty much
No,
makes
that's
his
fair.
own decision. He sticks to it.
But you get what I'm saying too. It's like even then, it's like feel like even if he does what Sansa wants him to, that's not necessarily being used if he's pledged fealty to him. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying honestly. But I don't want him to be. I feel like it's a stupid storyline for him to be super submissive. I like that he at the end of last season stepped up to whatever those guys or whatever, and then he went and was like, oh, we're going to get back. Because he beat that guy up on the shore, right? The guy tried to kick him in the balls.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. Like somebody,
it was
they
some
were trying
guy.
to desert. Anyway, so like I like that arc of him.
It was
like,
budget Euron.
Yes, exactly. but I like that. I like that story arc
practice.
of him. I like that story arc of him. Becoming aggressive and then standing up for himself. And so I would like to see that continue. That's the only thing I'd say there. All right, a couple more things before we wrap up with the big event, obviously, which is Jon and Dany. So we had Arya and the Hound. I think we touched on it briefly. That scene, I was expecting a lot more out of it, if I'm honest. I was expecting there to be, I don't know, some kind of conversation. There was like a slight nodding of like, hey, you used to talk a whole bunch, now you don't talk at all. And it's kind of an understanding of like he specifically says, I fought for you or saved your life or something like that. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like we got a big resolution to those two characters, if I'm honest.
Yeah, so at first I agreed with you on that one, but I was looking over my notes when I'm thinking about it, and I think it just feels like Arya fell down that path, right? She kind of stoic because she's done what she had to do. She's killed and been hurt, and she relates to the Hound, which means they're not men of many words.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect. I thought their interaction was just what it needed to be. It wasn't it wasn't too much. I think it was just enough. I think
Oh, okay.
So Tyrion and Bronn real quick. We didn't talk about this yet, did we? Nah, Tyrion and Bronn.
We do not.
So or Bran. I keep saying Bran. Yeah, Tyrion and Bran. I was so blue balled over that. I was like, oh, just show us the story, the long story, even if it's animation. I don't care.
What story?
He was gonna say, you've had a strange time of things, and he says stranger than most, and then he says, tell me about it, and he goes, well, it's a long story. It's like, well, we got nowhere to be, baby, and then it cuts to something else, and I was so excited. I was like, oh, please cut back to that and tell us the story. I don't care how, just give it to me. I knew
The story of Bran?
Yes, Bran knows all the past. He knows what has happened in the past. He could just tell us, okay, where does the three-eyed raven come from? How did it start? What is his relationship?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the story.
Can we talk about how the Night King is coming for Bran?
Oh, yeah, in general. Yeah, in general, what's going on? Yeah, what's the motivation here? Because we have a lot more information. It's a really hot question everybody's been asking.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't want to. Okay, but he shouldn't just tell Tyrion that. Like, that should be a thing that he should be sitting down and telling. I agree. This should be a thing he should be sitting down and telling Jon and Sansa and all of them.
I know, but I don't think he doesn't know who's going to survive. Who does he invest his information in?
Yeah, but Tyrion is the first one to treat him like a person, right? He's the first one to ask and take the time to treat him, which I think is Tyrion's kind of story arc, right? Is he's
his
the
obsession.
king of the misfit.
What if he's actually just a diplomat?
Or that.
Yeah.
What?
Bran?
Like it's just about to be he's just about to talk to the Night King, and it's actually just going to be a diplomatic meeting.
Yeah.
He's about to have
Well,
a
maybe.
piece
No
of
war at all. No big fight.
Well, there's going to be a big fight, but I think you may be onto something because I've considered what if Night King shows up and it's it's just a renegotiation of terms, and then at the end of it, the Whites go back, right? Maybe that's I don't know.
Yeah,
but I guess I was really hoping for the Craster thing to be the motivation, but maybe
it's still possible. He's in the crypt.
I know, but it looks as I mean, from what they've said on this episode, it is really suggestive that he is just after, he's just a weapon of mass destruction run amok. Right?
Yeah.
He's the zombie equivalent of a gray goo, right? He's just on it's a sci-fi term.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't want it to be that. I hope that they surprise me and it's not that, and that they're setting me up to think that he's just a conventional monster movie villain.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll surprise me. I'm hoping. I'm always hoping for surprises, Paul.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it's
Game of Thrones is good at it.
Yeah,
That's true.
They have a tendency to deliver.
Yeah, when Railroad Martin writes it.
Come on, Railroad. Well, he's watching right now. As
I
we
know, it's true. It's true.
Shout out to Railroad. What's up?
Hey, George. Everybody say hi to George.
Get to writing that book, sir.
Finish the book, George.
Oh, I'm sure it's really hard.
It doesn't matter. I actually don't care. I
It's
won't
been
read
like
it. but-
10 years.
And then, and you still got another one to go after that.
Yeah, but he's already done
Yeah.
2 times as many as Tolkien. It's fine.
Ooh,
Not-
that's sad.
And it's not true either. So.
Oh, I was gonna say. All right. So Ser Jorah meets back with Lady Mormont, who is apparently his cousin.
Yeah,
Cousin.
Yeah. So what? So his dad was the Mormont, was the Maester at the Night's
Here's
Watch.
what's weird about Maisie Williams.
his dad
no,
was
no.
the
This is an
worst
excellent thought experiment. What if I told you had to watch a sex scene with Lyanna Mormont in 5 years? You'd be like, or how old is she? What? 10 years.
Why are we back on
You'd
this?
be like, oh,
I
that's,
don't care
I
that
don't want
much
any
about it.
part of this.
Okay, but okay. So I've seen
It's a
sex
joke.
scenes
It's a
with
joke.
Drew Barrymore,
It's-
and I've seen E.T.
I know. I was tongue in
You
cheek.
segment these things in your brain. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, people get older. I don't understand why you're so hung up on this. It's not a big deal.
It feels that way.
People get older. They do adult things when they become adults. Who the fuck cares?
You're right.
I don't care.
You're right. Hashtag bang
Let
it
her
out.
live her life.
Let her live her life. Yep.
Anyway, so
Officially
Jorah-
rebuked.
okay.
Thanks.
So Jorah, so Ser Jorah, right? His dad, if correct me if I'm wrong here, was the Maester at the Wall, right?
No,
Mm-hmm.
he was the Lord's.
Or the Lord, yeah,
Mhm.
Lord Commander, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the Wall. So, and he took Sam under his wing. So, what was he in relation to Lady Mormont? Was he?
his uncle, her uncle,
Yeah. Okay. So he was the brother of the king or whatever, the Lord
her
of
dad. Yeah.
the Mormont. Where are they from?
Bear Island.
Okay. So Jorah's uncle was her dad, essentially.
I believe so.
Okay. So anyway, so they get a reunion, and then Sam's there, and he sees, and there's a nice little moment, right?
Oh no,
there.
his sister. No, it was his sister. I think Lyanna Mormont's mother was Jorah's sister, I believe.
Jorah's dad's sister.
Okay, I've already lost interest in this. Anyway,
Okay.
but they're related. They're related somehow. And so Sam, he gives his family sword to Ser Jorah. So Sam's not fighting, I guess that means. So we know Tyrion's not fighting.
We don't know that yet. Maybe.
Well,
something
They're not
I think
supposed to
I think
fight.
Danny was very clear where Tyrion was going to be.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen.
To the
yeah.
dungeons with you.
I figured they'll all end up fighting, but at least to start out with, Tyrion's supposed to not be fighting.
Yes.
Sam's supposed to not be fighting, I guess. So he gives his sword to Ser Jorah, which is a nice moment because, like, he saved Ser Jorah's life.
They will
That's
be
nice.
some of the last ones dead.
Yeah, probably. And then obviously, yeah. So then we also see Lady Mormont, right? Lyanna Mormont. She's, as we mentioned, not happy about bending the knee to Daenerys. So I think they are still looking for independence. So do we have anything to add to them? That was just kind of a nice moment. No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nah.
Well, then the big moment, which is Jon tells Daenerys.
Yeah.
So we got it in this episode. They didn't keep us waiting all the way to the end of the season.
No arson.
No, well,
Yet.
no arson yet.
No arson yet.
They did get cut kind of short
Yeah.
for a
yeah.
White Walker invasion. Yeah, so we touched on it earlier. My theory, I think, is what's starting to take hold, which is she's going to turn into something terrible. And I think
A
he
White
sees
Walker.
that now. and he also had that look, because immediately you could tell. Once he started going down that road of, like, here's the story I'm starting to tell, she started to get wind of where he was going with this. And she looked like suspicious and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But the look that he gave in return, when she was like, that would make you the oldest male heir to the Iron Throne. That would make you next in line for the Iron Throne. And he had that look of, like, he didn't even think of that. Like,
Yeah.
It's a thing that
Oh.
just
But
didn't even cross his
but
mind.
he did know that. He was.
He
I had, a
did-
different,
did.
I had a different interpretation altogether.
Yeah, it was that he didn't
I
want
think
it.
It was the. It was
Yeah,
the,
right,
Are you
he doesn't
fucking
want it.
kidding me? It was
Yes.
the, are you fucking kidding me? There's
Yes.
fucking zombies, right? Like is what
Yes.
he's been saying for 5 episodes now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want
what I'm
this.
saying.
There's zombies.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I think he had that look of like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Not in the sense of like, yes, he knew it, but in the sense of like, no, I don't want that at all.
Mhm.
And I'm very.
I think he was kind of
offended.
like, you know,
Mhm.
I didn't think you would be. That would be your first thought.
Exactly.
When I just said, "Hey, I'm your nephew."
right, and I think
Might be
I
like,
think
oh
that
shit, we fucked.
right,
Or like,
right,
something like that.
right.
Instead, it was
It said
My
it was
throne!
wait, you want the throat, and I think that was so. I think that look was him being like, wait, is maybe I don't trust her. Maybe this isn't. She's not what I thought. Right.
Right.
If her first reaction to finding out that she fucked her nephew isn't like, oh man, I loved you, and what do we do about this? I don't like this. But if your first thought is like, wait, you're gonna take the throne away from me, that makes me not want to trust you.
I think.
Right?
I think it's misdirection. I think they're going to be fine.
no,
I
I
don't
really
think
do
so.
feel like that's what he thought. I feel like he was like agreeing with Sansa at that point,
Yeah.
where he was like, "Yeah, maybe she was just using me, and she doesn't really love me."
Yeah.
God, you guys are so
Like-
pessimistic.
No, they're totally setting this up for a battle.
That's the
clash
guy
between
who
Daenerys
agrees with
and
me that
Jon.
everybody's gonna die.
Hopes.
Yeah,
But what's really okay? But here's the so all right. So let's lay out our predictions then for what's going to happen in the next episode. Well, unless anybody else has any other comments about that conversation. No. Okay.
no.
So in the next episode, obviously, we're going to start getting. So we end this episode seeing the White Walkers. So we're going to see the battle next time. I'm thinking that basically they're going to start to turn on themselves. Like there's going to be this subplot with Daenerys and Jon in the background, and that's going to lead Daenerys to turn on the North, and they're going to start fighting with each other, and they're going to divide, and that's how the White Walkers going to wipe them all out. Do you guys not see that
I don't-
happening?
No,
I don't.
I
No,
don't see that happening.
No.
I don't think they're gonna tackle the.
I just don't think they have enough time to have that much argument. You know?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna tackle that conversation until after the battle.
The fight. Yeah,
I
I,
mean-
think they have the war. I think honestly, my opinion is I think they win with a lot of casualties, or maybe not that many, and then they have to fight Cersei. And when they're fighting Cersei,
Yeah.
then they kind of divide. You know?
Oh yeah. What if Cersei's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
million
Yeah,
times? What if we
that
find out
makes sense.
Cersei's a million times worse than the Night King? What if like we're all because we don't feel that way right now, right? We all like, oh yeah, she's in the South, but we'll get her, right?
Yeah.
But what if she's like? What if they go like have to retreat from Winterfell?
Yeah.
And then Cersei makes a deal with the Night King.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, because she has the Iron Banks mercenary. What do they call it? The Golden
Golden Company.
Golden Company. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Iron Banks mercenary, and they're huge.
yeah.
So and she still has.
They're a fifth of the size of the White Walkers.
Yeah. Well.
They're 1/5. So
yeah.
that's a
well,
considerable
but, and
amount.
then she also has what's his name? Eurons.
yes.
You know his
The
fleet.
fleet. Oh man,
She doesn't have any dragons.
I was just thinking this. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a fleet? We could just get all the people on the boat, and then we could Noah's Ark this stuff. Just start shipping them off the continent.
Yeah.
See, the good thing is if
I don't think
certain-
the White
if,
Walkers have a boat, so you could
if
just
they
sail
have
that thing
one
over
dragon
to the
left,
west.
Yeah.
they literally win. It's game over for Cersei. That's all they need is a dragon.
If only Daenerys was in
Wow.
charge of a nation, right? That has experience with influxes of citizenry.
In the west.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
In a easily defended place, like it's got a desert on one side and
Well, I know,
and
this is-
and a
this
land
is-
barrier bay on the other.
So we've all been thinking like this is good. The end game is going to happen inside Westeros, but like I guess I hadn't even considered what happens if like because we've never seen the White Walkers with boats. We've never seen them have any interest outside of King's Land or the Westeros, the Seven Kingdoms. What if they just like fall back to Marine?
What if
like
it's-
all right, we're just gonna chill here for a little while.
What if we find out that the planet is round and the north just leads to the other side of the map? And they just like show up in a Shire or wherever in the west.
Well, thankfully we know.
What if they
that-
just freeze the sea?
Thankfully, as we're all keenly aware,
Ooh.
planets are flat, so that's not something we have to worry about.
Planetos, we don't know that it is flat. And also, they ought to know that it's not flat if it isn't. It should be apparent from
That was
landmarks.
a joke.
I know,
It was a
I
flat
know,
earther
I know,
joke.
I know. Mine was too.
Oh, I didn't get it. Anyway,
More of an attack on them.
no, but yeah. So I don't think that's gonna happen, but I think it would be hilarious to see them all just be like, all right, we're just going to Marine. It's
Yeah.
sunnier. I'm pretty happy there.
They reach Marine.
They
They're
have
like,
really colorful robes.
and they're like, oh yeah, we've been doing this the whole time, but the HBO doesn't film over in this side of the continent, so you didn't know that they were actually the White Walkers were going north and south.
Yeah.
But
The
All
whole
right.
time.
Anyway,
So-
other predictions for next episode.
Yeah,
Haley,
so
Haley.
I think a little bit different for the rest of the series. I think
Okay.
Tyrion said it right that I think we might live. I think they're gonna defeat all of this, all the horrors that are impending, and it's just gonna go back to business as usual. The circle's gonna continue, and it's more boring than anything else, right? That it's more of a hell just being humans
and Sam is hung
in
for
this world.
theft.
and that.
Okay. Haley, what do you think happens going to happen? What do you think is going to
Yeah.
happen next episode? Sorry.
Yeah, I think I think we are gonna I think they're gonna win. I think, somehow Bran and the Night King are, gonna face off. Whether it's they, come to a deal or, there is actual a battle.
Nonsense.
There
Go ahead.
what?
Nothing. I just know this is just the second act. There's no way that they win this. Is there no right? I mean, there's
I wasn't even thinking the battle was going to end next episode.
no, it ends next. They have to retreat next episode, right? They'll retreat either to the Bloodgate in the Vale, or they will retreat to the
Well,
Iron
okay,
Islands.
okay. Yeah, I don't think yes, the battle will end, but it won't, like, we won't get into the conflict.
No, correct. I mean, I'm sorry, Haley. I totally jumped in front of you on that. What were you? So, but what do you think? What happens after this fight ends, Haley? What do you think?
I think it's off to Cersei. I
Okay.
mean,
yeah, we
Yeah.
do have to deal with it.
We do
And if
have
we're
to deal
gonna
with
do her justice, maybe you're right. Maybe it does end here, and then
Four
and
episodes. I think 4 episodes for the White Walkers and 2 episodes for Cersei.
I'm willing to call that at the end of this episode, the Night King is. Haley, you've convinced me. I switched sides. The Night King, yes, the Night King is defeated, and
At the end of next
at the end
episode.
of next episode, and at the end of it, there's a scene about Cersei, and we're all just like, holy fuck. Maybe she. Oh, you know how she has Sir Gregor, right? She has the mountain as a zombie.
Yep.
Maybe she figures out how to zombie people, and she gets her
Ugh.
own zombies.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I'm making the bet that this fight lasts 2 episodes.
yeah.
It's an hour and a half episode.
I feel
Yeah.
like I know, but
I don't think so.
But okay,
I
but
don't
then you're
think so.
saying Cersei gets 3 episodes.
Yeah, I bet she's way
No.
worse. Yeah,
I
two-
bet it's 2 and 2.
it's still 2, but then 1 epilogue.
But why would there be an epilogue?
'Cause it-
Especially
'cause
if
it-
everybody dies.
Because it'll end fucked. And it'll
Yeah,
just
I
be
don't
like-
want an epilogue. I want it to just. I want them to Sopranos this shit. I just want it to just end.
We all do agree that Jamie's going to kill Cersei, though, right? Like, there's no way that doesn't happen. We're all there, yeah?
Oh no, I figured she would get dragoned.
Oh, no. Cersei.
Yeah,
Cersei
I was with Paul. I think Dragon.
the Kingslayer kills Cersei. I promise
that
you.
makes a lot of
I
sense.
assure you, he chokes her to death.
He's only got one hand.
I say it. I swear. I claim he chokes her to death in
With
the throne
one
room.
hand.
In the throne room. He
I
uses
bet he
her-
shoves his golden hand down her throat.
No, Jeremy. So visceral.
Jesus Christ. No, I bet he stabs her. I bet he stabs her in the back.
Maybe,
if
but
he does
it's,
kill her.
it's strangle. Also, there's.
And I bet he sits on the throne and watches her bleed out.
I am referencing the Valonqar
Jesus.
theory. To be fair, I just think the Valonqar.
I'm saying that as reference to what he did before, supposedly.
yeah.
Jesus.
To Ares.
Dark.
Mm.
It's all dark.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Jason and Haley on record thinking the battle ends next episode, and then we get 3 episodes on Cersei. We got Jeremy and I thinking we get 2 episodes
Mhm.
of the Night King in this battle.
Mm.
So Josh, what are your thoughts? You're the tiebreaker.
I think 1 episode for the battle, and then we got some other shit we're gonna have to deal with, whether it's Cersei or just living with each other or dealing with the politics to end it. I think we get a good finality of the battle, especially since they've built it up to be this big thing. It's gonna end like it was nothing, and then move on to the meat of the story.
Mm.
So you think we
the human
resolve the
condition.
Night King story arc next episode?
And then and the true villain was the girl lady we didn't keep our eye on because we're all sexist, and she was actually a
Yep.
super powerful lady who, if we'll remember,
is super
was
powerful.
not super great at the beginning. She had a lot of power, but now she is on top of things.
yeah,
She is rolling in it.
yeah.
So
That's possible.
All
but
right,
I
then.
still think we got 2 episodes.
it doesn't
but
matter. The motion democracy.
Motion passes. Democracy wins.
Casual Notion's official
The official
prediction.
stance
Yeah, the official prediction
is that the Night King, the White Walker situation, is handled at the end of next episode.
and then Brand's like,
But
"Thanks,
if you guys,
guys."
if you guys want the correct prediction, remember to listen to what me and Paul said.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll
What do you
see.
call that in the Supreme Court when they write a dissenting opinion?
Dissenting
You're-
opinion.
That's,
Yeah.
that's the dissenting
We
opinion.
wrote the minority opinion. I wrote the minority opinion. I don't know.
Passed unanimously.
All right. Well, that's been it. Those are our predictions. Those are our thoughts on Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 2. And those are our predictions for Season 8, Episode 3. I don't know what the name of this episode is. HBO doesn't know what the name of this episode is. Episode 69. There we go. So we do this every week here on youtube.com, Casual Notion, about 10:30 after the episode is over. Although I guess that'll be later, probably next week if the episode's an hour and a half long. It's going to probably be closer to 10:45 and 11 o'clock. So tune in here live on youtube.com, Casual Notion. Follow us on our social media, twitter.com/Casual Notion, instagram.com/Casual Notion, facebook.com/Casual Notion, and follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Casual Notion. Yeah, and I think that wraps
Tune
it
in
up.
next time for us to talk about the death
Yeah.
of Daenerys Targaryen.
Yes. and as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And then leave some comments. Leave some comments what your thoughts are. Do you think we're going to wrap up the Night King situation in episode 3? And then we might discuss it. As if you've seen our stuff before, you know we like to talk about the comments that we get. And we'll even call you out by name. So, if anybody has anything else to add?
Nope. I love you.
No?
Bye.
Nope. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
All right. Until next time, keep it casual, everyone.